Hey, welcome back to the kitchen with Grace. Today, I am making a super easy breakfast recipe. I call it one of my grab and go recipes for breakfast. I pack it with protein and we are doing overnight oats. There are so many different variations you can do on overnight oats. I love that it's so versatile. Throw it in whatever you really want for flavors. But I'm going to share with you one of my recipes today, brown sugar pecan. I love pecans, and I will put all of the ingredients and directions in the description below. Be sure to hit subscribe and that bell notification so you can get all of our recipes that are super easy for you to make at home that your family will love. So I am starting with my little jar here with a lid. I am making a smaller batch today. You'll see it's going to really fill up this cup or this jar. I'm not a huge breakfast eater. I'm a smaller breakfast eater, so I make a little bit smaller portions for overnight oats, but I will put the full recipe in the description below for you. And I kind of like to mix it up in a little bowl first and then pour it into my jar. We are going to start with 1 cup of oats. Didn't quite fill her up all the way there. Get a little bit more. And we are going to add in half a teaspoon of sugar. Where'd my little teaspoon guy go? I don't know where he went. I've got a 1/4 teaspoon, so I'll do 2. Going to add in some brown sugar. I want 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Now, I like to have a little bit more protein, lighter sugar breakfast personally. So I'm only going to add in 1 tablespoon. If you want to add in the full 2 tablespoons, feel free to do so. This recipe calls for a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to use my 1/2 teaspoon here, or that's a tablespoon, goodness gracious. Here we go, 1/2 teaspoon. All right. I love that this is an easy, quick recipe you can prepare ahead of time. Busy morning and I need to grab and go. I'm gonna grab some vanilla protein powder. Now, depending on what flavor of overnight oats I'm doing, sometimes I use vanilla, sometimes I use strawberry, and sometimes I use chocolate. But the idea is to throw in some extra protein. And I am going to just do 2 tablespoons of vanilla protein powder, roughly about 1 scoop if you have got a little scooper in there. And I am going to grab some maple syrup. And I'm going to do, it calls for 1.5 tablespoons, but again, I'm making kind of a smaller version. So I'm actually just gonna do 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. And I'm gonna grab my pecans. I happen to really like pecans. Calls for about 1/4 cup, but I'm throwing in like a small handful. And I'm gonna kind of mix this together here just a little bit, break up that brown sugar, mix the cinnamon in. All right, we are going to add in now 1 cup of almond milk, using vanilla almond milk. Again, I will switch this up. If I'm doing a more chocolatey flavor, I'll use chocolate almond milk. Give this a nice little mix in. Make sure that oatmeal gets nice and moisturized. Bottom worked in, perfect. Okay, now we're gonna just pour this right into my jar. Scoop this into our jar here. If you've got a funnel, you can use a funnel. And again, you could totally just mix this all straight up in your jar. Sometimes I feel like it doesn't get thoroughly mixed. That's why I do it in a bowl. All right, we're gonna put the lid on this nice and tight. I'm gonna put this in the fridge overnight. They'll be ready for me in the morning. Again, this one is a brown sugar pecan. It is the next morning and my brown sugar pecan overnight oats are ready to go. This is gonna be super delicious. That's a nice sweetened breakfast that's very filling. The pecans and the protein powder that we put in there adds extra protein for you. You can either eat your overnight oats cold or you can put them in a microwave safe dish bowl and warm them up and serve them warm. Thank you all so much, and I hope you enjoy this healthy breakfast recipe.